Hello and welcome to the campus in Quinto del Lago, where the Lions are having their first training camp ahead of next week's historic game against Argentina at the Aviva Stadium, which of course is in build up to the big departure for the tour down under. Well, Andy Farrell and his Lions squad arrived in Portugal earlier this week for a warm weather training camp, and it's fair to say they got the weather they were expected, mid to high 20s at the moment in the Algarve. Well, the squad are just finishing a gym session behind me, and they'll make their way out onto the training pitch for what will be a tougher session than they had yesterday. It was a bit of a light run through different moves and set piece plays, and they had a light gym session in the morning as well. But today and tomorrow are deemed the big days ahead of the big game next week. So there's a squad of 24 players here at the moment. Of course, no Leinster players who are preparing for their URC final on Saturday against the Bulls. There are no Bath or Leicester players because they're preparing for their Premiership final on Saturday as well. So that means that come Sunday, it'll be the first time that the entire squad will actually have been together, the squad of 38. So they'll have another camp in Dublin next week, as I said, preparing for that Argentina game on Friday night at the Aviva Stadium. The squad will then depart on Saturday to Australia, where the real business begins. So what's been going on here? Well, like I said, Ireland had a light day yesterday, a bigger day today. I think there's been plenty of paddle being played. We're in heaven for any golfers. There's plenty of golfers in the Lions squad, so they've been taking up a bit of that. And just getting to know each other yesterday, I spoke to Finlay Bealham, who was saying that he's already struck up a good relationship with Ellis Genge, the England prop. Maro Itoje, the Lions captain, presented Bill, the Lions mascot, to the youngest player in the squad, who of course is Henry Pollock. He looks like he could really light up this tour. Bit of a full circle moment for Maro Itoje, because 8 years ago in his first Lions tour, he of course was the youngest player and he had responsibility for the mascot. So Henry Pollock's under a bit of pressure. I think the only time he's allowed not have Bill with him is on social events with the squad. So if he doesn't have him with him, I think there's going to be fines issued out, which of course is always a big part of rugby tours as well. The fines committees and the social committees haven't been assigned yet because of course a large chunk of the squad, like I said, aren't here yet. So the Ireland coaches are there just behind me. Of course, Andy Farrell is here with his fellow assistants, John Fogarty, Simon Easterby, Johnny Sexton is here, and Andrew Goodman. We spoke to the Scottish forwards coach yesterday, John DL, who gave us a positive update on the squad. The Lions are confident that Ireland duo Tadhg Furlong and Matt Hansen, who've both been carrying injuries lately, will be fully fit for the tour. So that's obviously great news. Of course, it's going to be Tadhg Furlong's third Lions tour. It's going to be Matt Hansen's first. So they have a couple of other bumps and bruises. Duhan van der Merwe, Hugh Jones have been carrying knocks lately too, but the mood music certainly seemed to be positive as they ramp things up today and tomorrow. Like I said, they will then fly back to Dublin on Sunday, when they will all come together for the first time. They'll train in Dublin across the course of the week before flying to Australia on Saturday. So we'll have loads more coverage coming on the Irish Independent, so make sure you stay tuned.